Welcome to Winning Wall Street's Money. Please take this moment now with helping me. Click here, subscribe. Next, click this bell. Next, ensure to click all. This helps you receive a notification when I posted my next videos. Next, click this thumbs up button after every time you watch my video. This pushes it up in the engagement ratings and means it will be suggested to more people, therefore is likely to get more views to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. I also have a Patreon page. Click show more. Scroll down. This link here, my Patreon, click on it. Select the membership. With this membership, you'll get access to all this information. Very good content. Wednesday, April 28th, 7:25 a.m. New York time. Happy Hump Day. If you don't know what Happy Hump Day means, it means we're middle of the week, halfway through the week. And I'm here to share with you what I know, because lots of us admit we don't know what we don't know. And what I do know, I will share with you. Today, the United States, the central banks, which we have here calling the Federal Reserves, at 2 p.m. today, they're going to do the statement release and update if there's any change in the federal funds rate change, as well as a press conference at 2:30. Yeah, it's a little insight. If the federal government, Federal Reserve, raises interest rates, yields go higher, the dollar goes higher, the fixed income treasuries go lower. That's what typically happens. So let me show you here. And then you form your own bias because there's a correlation with currencies. That's what I'm here to show you with the correlation of currencies. We're looking here at the 30-year yield, and we're looking at the time frame weekly. That means each candle is a week. And since today is hump day, Wednesday, that current candle on the far right is not done yet. So the prior trend momentum was to the upside. We come into a consolidation that's channeling. And this week, it's currently a yellow candle. The prior week was a yellow candle. Inside candles, that means the high and low of each of those did not go above or below the prior candle. Indecision. But again, we know the prior trend was up and we're in a consolidation. You use your own bias with the brain in your skull to decide where probably is we're going to go from here. Consolidation more, down, or up. Same with the 10-year. The 10-year prior trend was up in consolidation, broke down below it. Inside candle last week, we broke above that inside candle. So that's showing again, buyers or yields are going higher, interest rates are going higher. And the 5-year exploded big time upside several weeks ago. Big move up, much more volatile, the 5-year than the 10 and the 30. So this here 5-year already broke above the high of last week, trending higher. Prior momentum was up, consolidation. And the inverse goes with the fixed income treasuries. The 30-year is the bond. Look at that, similar to yield. The 10-year and the 5-year, much more choppier. So takeaway is these fixed income products trending down, momentum's downside, where the yields momentum to the upside. On to the next. It's US dollar index and the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. I choose Bitcoin because it's the most history of all cryptos because it's the first and has the most liquidity. So first on the left, the US dollar index. The US dollar index is comprised of several currencies. If you're new here, or if you don't know what you don't know, the US dollar index is heavily weighted in first the euro. The euro makes up the biggest percentage of the index, US dollar index, followed by the yen and the pound. So the prior trend was up into a consolidation, and the next trend was a pullback. A pullback, yeah, this bigger trend was up. Now it's in a pullback. It came into what may be considered a demand zone. It's green for the week. We're inside the prior week. So three things may occur here. You may have a consolidation that builds out more like this. Here you have consolidation, more days in the trending range. That may be occurring here. Or we may have a further downside or reverse to the upside. How do we determine that? Well, part of it's going to take consideration those yields. Again, if those go higher, this should go higher. If the other currencies nationwide, worldwide, are stronger, then this has possibility to drag down or consolidation. Cryptocurrency. Yep. Huge moves to the downside the past weeks. A lot of volatility off its highs. So now we're in a consolidation. And we have plenty of places just in this tighter range it go. It doesn't have to break out this week. It could just build a smaller trading range. Look at here. This is consolidation. So this could be occurring now over here. If you're looking to earn income, and if this is going to be happening, there's better places to earn income. Join Patreon. You'll learn how to make income monthly instead of being stuck in something like this and not earning income. Now let's go into the currency pairs in the US dollar. We use the FX market. What is the FX market? The FX market is what the exchange, Chicago Merchandise Exchange, the futures exchange, which are derivative products, is what they call their currency pairs. They call their currency pairs the FX, where there's another exchange calls their currency pairs the Forex market. These are the top six. We'll first look at the euro. Excuse me. So again, each is a weekly time frame. From this consolidation, we're trending higher, and we're currently red for the week inside that prior week. And that'd be interesting if we're going to be a consolidation here, or it's going to continue trending, because right now it did make a higher high. So we'll see at the end of the week. But again, the momentum's to the upside, making higher lows and higher highs. Time will tell come the close of Friday. Remember, big part of this is inside the US dollar index, and the current momentum's to the upside. Japanese yen, huge volatility the past 2 weeks. Currently made a lower high and a lower low and trading below the low of last week. If you watch my past currency videos, I mentioned this red horizontal line I drew in was a potential place for reversal. And last week it went into that and paused and sold off. Good job out of you for following that. The British pound. Look at that. Last week we came into a supply zone. There was a bunch of sellers here several weeks ago. And then when we came back and tested again last week, we sold off of it. So the current candle is a yellow candle inside and looks more like it wants to be pulling back. So we may see lower prices declining in the British pound against the US dollar. And that would give more strength to the US dollar. Now, is that because people think the interest rate is going to go higher in the United States? Or is it because these other currencies are weaker within their own policies of their own country? Correlations, understand that. Canadian dollar, which is the fourth largest currency in the US dollar index, it's been up strong. And was it last week? Maybe 2 weeks, I think it was last week. Canadian central bank shifted a policy. So each country has a central bank, but depending if it's a democracy nation, how strong their central bank is and their freedom to do what they need to do, what's best for the nation, versus if it's run by a thug of a country, i.e. there's several of them in Europe, Asia, South America, Central America. Yeah. Remember, Federal Reserve, U.S. Central Bank is not the same as Treasury. They have different jobs they do, functions they serve. They are not the same thing. So here we have the Canadian dollar trending higher, up strong, coming back into this yellow horizontal line, which is a swing high. They were one of the strongest currencies against the US dollar past several days. Interesting. Our neighbors to the north. The Swiss franc, it's a safe haven currency. If you watch my past videos on currencies, you understand safe haven currencies. So now we have the Swiss franc small trading range, made a higher high, higher low. The momentum's going up. Again, we're currently red for the week. Maybe we'll see the reverse of the trend down here. And the Australian dollar got beat up a lot the past weeks against several currencies. Yeah. So now we have the yellow candle, inside candle. Look at that. Two of them up here are hitting a supply zone, the tops of them. Why? Because back here there was the sellers, and out there they're hitting resistance, a supply area. So one would be concerned here that there might be a potential pullback momentum to the downside. Use caution if you're in this positions and looking for further upside. It may not occur anytime soon. Yeah. Use caution. Let's look at the intraday. Intraday on the 15-minute. Intraday currencies. So here we have each of these 15 minutes. This is current right now. The euro is declining against the US dollar, giving straight to the US dollar. So when these are going lower here, these FX currency pairs, when they go lower, that gives strength to the US dollar. Look at that Japanese yen. It's already broke below the low of yesterday. This dark area is the primary trading hours of yesterday, and these are the extended hours. British pound also trading lower than the yesterday of primary hours. Canadian dollar, a lot of chop. Wow, it's holding up there. Not trending above nor below the high and low of yesterday. And the Swiss franc, a safe haven currency, huge down overnight. It took out the low of yesterday and plus the pre-hours of yesterday. But now it's trending back up here. And the Australian dollar, wow, it already has a hard sell-off. Yep. Again, they might pop them up in the morning between now and the Federal Reserve statements in the afternoon and roll over. So we'll see what happens. And which one am I looking to trade today? Possibly the Canadian dollar. Has a big correlation, much more than many other countries related to the United States. Maybe that has something to do with because we're neighbors. Okay, if you like the information I share and want to get really good information on education and trading ideas, join my Patreon. Thank you, as always, for spending just a little bit of your time with me. Let me know what you thought about this video, and please let me know what you want to see next. If you got value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel. By going below and clicking on my PayPal link, you can leave a small tip. If you don't want to share financial support, no problem. Just click the like and subscribe.